All righty, away we go, everybody. Welcome to today's call. It is Friday. What's the date today? The 2nd, right? Yeah, October 2nd of 2020. Time flies when you're having fun here. So I am in Boston today in a little small apartment. So if I have a funky, cool looking background, that's the Jack Griffin stuff. You can see we're studying for the SATs up there. Pretty good, right? All right, so let's get started. I know that we had a couple of people send me some stuff. By the way, you are all muted, so I don't have chaos coming in here. And there are new Zoom settings that force me to put you into jail before you come on to the call. So sorry about that. So you have to unmute yourself if you want to talk. I do have some stuff that I got in advance. I know that, as usual, Cantu has sent me some stuff. Clever, you have sent me some stuff. Yours was at the top because you smartly sent it right before the call. And
can you turn your input up again, Danny?
Yep. Hang on one second. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Let me try to. Yeah. Let me take these off. Let's see. Chris, how about now? Check, check. Better?
Better. Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome. Okay. All righty. So Chris, you had some stuff for me to take a look at. I don't know if Paul can too yet. Paul, you're in here too. You want to unmute me because I think you had some stuff from Sam.
Yeah, I sent you three last night.
Okay. So I've got, you came in first last night. So I see that. Anybody else send me something here that I just have you in queue because we'll try to do as much as we can. Jessica, I don't know if you're on already too. I definitely wanted to hear something from you. Oh yeah, she did have something. So if she's not on yet, we will do Jessica after Clever. So those are my three so far. So I'm just going to run with that. Let me just check. Paul, if you can remember, maybe just send these the day of. I just get buried in emails.
Okay, I tried to send like after 1:30 a.m. your time, but I can get up early.
Yeah, all good. It's not a problem. I just got to go hunting for it because I know it's.
I can resend it right now if you'd like.
If you don't mind, that'd be superb. That'd be helpful. Send it to the Danny Boy one, so it's right at the top.
Okay.
That way we'll jump on you. Any context here, or are we doing what we usually do with you and Sam, just going a little bit blindly into listening to it?
No, I listened to all three of them last night. And they're just packages she got out yesterday. They're all pretty brief too, so that's nice.
Okay, good. Yes, Amanda, there will be time for your calls too. Thank you. I see that you are at the top there. So I'm going to cap it at that at the moment. We'll see how we do with those. We'll move swiftly through it. I am going to get interrupted at one point during the call to let my daughter in the door here. That's why I'm up in Boston to pick her up. Paul.
Just resent them.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll take a second.
Yeah. Okay, nothing yet. There we go. All right, so here we go. Let's take a listen to these. And again, you said there was no real particular context. Is that right?
No, they're just packages she got out yesterday. It seemed to go pretty well in terms of brevity.
Yeah, good. Okay, here we go.
Hello? Hello, hi, is this Marnie? This morning. This is Mom Marnie. I'm calling from Cantu Group Real Estate. I'm calling because we saw your beautiful home online and we noticed it didn't sell. So we wanted to mail you something that will help you sell it the next time. Okay. Sure. Okay. Can I confirm the best mailing address I have here is 15931 Southeast 272nd Street in Covington?
Correct. Yeah. And right, this is my daughter's number, and her name's Marnie too, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm just answering her phone for her.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll mail that over. Just let her know that I'll give her a call in a week to make sure that she receives it.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, All right, good. I mean, there's not much more you could do with that, I suppose, right? Just make sure, Autumn and I had a really good conversation today about, and Laura for that matter too. And I know all you mastermind members are fully aware that we're really, paying attention to managing less is more and paying attention to names and whatnot. I just think the quick tip there is to make sure that when it's something that quick, that's not really a really super good prospect because it's not the decision maker, right? So it's a real guessing game. So I could make a case that call follow-up happens even quicker than, the usual week. Okay. So that's what I would say. Let's keep going next.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, is this Mr. Gomez?
Yes?
Hi, this is Sam. I'm calling from Cantu Group Real Estate. I'm calling because we saw your beautiful condo online and we noticed it didn't sell. So we wanted to mail you something that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
Sure, you can do that. I just took it off the market because we decided not to sell after all, but yeah, you can do that.
Okay, well, did your plans change?
Good.
Why were you trying to sell it initially?
We were going to move when we got a job, so we're staying here in Seattle.
Oh, okay, and would it be sometime next year?
Depends, yeah. Depends. Maybe next year.
That's fine.
Okay. Bye.
All right, so I'll mail it over. I have here that your mailing address is 1812 19th Avenue, number 201. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right, awesome. So I'll send it over, and I'll give you a call in a week just to make sure that you received it. Sounds good?
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Gomez. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good. But, just probably, I mean, his plans changed. He got a job. So, you could probably dig in there more, Sam, just saying, would there still be any reason to move now that you got the job, or would there not be? Right? You follow me? So it's like, I don't even know that this is a good lead anymore because there's no intention to move. So Sam, what were you thinking when you were going through that call there?
Danny, she's a little late jumping on the call.
No sweat. What would you say to her if she were on that particular call?
I don't know that I would. I don't know that I would have sent out the package. I think I might have just said, when I asked if it was going to be within the year, and he said maybe, and I said, "Well, tell you what. How about if I just call you in 6 months and check back in with you and see where you're at then?" That's probably what I would have done.
Or just going and saying something like, is it a long-term job? Is there anything that could make you want to move inside the next 12 months? You know what I mean? Just, again, I think at this point in time, she can be selfish because you come to that point where you're saying, all right, look, I'm in a spot here where I need to not pollute my database. And I just simply need to know if there's any viable opportunity because like I said, the standard, sorry, city living, it sounds like New York City today. So the point is when you look at that, Paul, the pollution of the database is what worries me the most, right? I don't want to see a lot of people in there like this, that, this guy's nebulous and this requires a lot of work, right? I mean, to put him in there and he just becomes another name and then somebody else is like that. And all of a sudden we've got all this fat around the people that really do want, well, you know what? I can't move right now. Circumstances did change, but I'm definitely moving in 6 months. That's the guy that I don't want to lose. Right? That's the guy that when you talk about this stuff, that's the guy that you're trying to pay attention to. Make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
So that's where you're really at with all that stuff is you're just trying to pay close attention to that. So that was good. But again, this is an example, by the way, of some of the deals that we don't really want to, put time into. This is where you do get selfish. This is where you do, protect the database, right? So these are good examples of that. Let's see what the third one is.
This is Nina. Hello, hi there, Nina. This is Sam. I'm calling from Cantu Group Real Estate. I'm calling because we saw your beautiful property online and we noticed it didn't sell. So we wanted to mail you something that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that?
Sure.
Okay, may I confirm the best mailing address? I have here it's 822 17th Avenue.
It's the same as the property. Yeah, that's right.
Good.
All right. And it looks like a great property. Why were you trying to sell it?
I was moving for a job.
Okay. And did your plans change?
Yeah, I got another job.
Okay. And from like a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to sell it?
Not much right now. Maybe like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay. Would it be sometime maybe next year?
Yeah, I'll probably revisit it next year. I'm
Okay,
just starting
that's
a new
fine.
job.
Awesome. Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Good.
Yeah,
Well, we'll
starting
mail
a
that
new-
over. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
All right, good. Interesting. 3 of these. So that what's interesting is in Seattle, you can see that there was COVID probably caused a lot of the movement, and then it was discombobulated. And so again, I think that she's going through these, Paul, correctly. I still think the second beat could use a little bit of reminder each time to stay in the relationship, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you? It's a good question, right? That we use when things are going formulaically, but when she's already gotten to, oh, did your plans change? They did. Oh, really? What happened? Well, I got another job. Oh, really? So is that going to keep you in the house now for more than 12 months, would you say? She can get more dialogue, right? Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be at that point in time. These are all good examples of, is this even worth going? Now, this one sounds like there maybe is a potential that once the job starts and she gets settled, but she could take her time more here, right? I think if she just slowed down and took her time a little bit there and was human with that person, I think she'll be better off,
I
right?
think a little bit, maybe another 15 seconds. I'd like you to listen to the end of that one if you can.
Say again?
I think there's another 15 or so seconds on that. I'd like you to listen to the end of that call if you can.
Great. Well, you know how much a lot of people don't have a job right now, so it's a blessing to have one. So I'm
That's
so happy
right.
for you.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, we'll mail that over to you, and I'll just give you a call in a week to make sure that you received it.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome, Nima. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, again, same conclusion. But you're right. I'm glad I listened. There's the human touch. I think it just comes a little bit, more so at the beginning of the beat, because she's definitely getting into the conversation. She's definitely extracting what's really going on. She's definitely very smooth now with, oh, did your plans change? And it sounds very natural, right? But I think the inclination always to speed up when we're telemarketing is probably makes it counterintuitive to slow down because you're trying to achieve. But I mean, of course, these are way better and way more successful. But now we're at this advanced business level discussion where now we're saying, okay, I'm going to have a database problem. I'm going to have, and as you know, as a mastermind member, we looked at that and Lee of all people took a look at his and was like, oh my gosh, look at how good this could be here if we just focus on these fewer people, right? So I think if we start to just say yes, 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 package, you're just packing fat around all of this stuff. I think certainly if she could determine that there's some goodwill, maybe you don't even need the full package with solds and all that, because that's really trying to incent them to have you come in and add your insight. Maybe it's a marketing package that, hey, here's who we are. If, we could craft a different note, Paul, that says, sounds like your plans change, but we still want you to have a copy of our plan. So if they change again, you know who we are. We're right here. We can come in and help you. I think that would be an interesting marketing opportunity. So instead of sending random postcards throughout Seattle, now you're telemarketing for the future, but you're not necessarily making those people a prospect that is now polluting the database, right? It can be a list. She can be a subscriber to the list. She could become part of an email list only where you're sending out the market updates. So you mail the package. Thank you so much. That changes the relationship. Then you just slap her on the market update list. So she gets that. And they're in your sphere of influence, right?
Hey, let me ask you a question. Autumn commented in the chat. Sam, do not let your enthusiasm wane in your tone. Can you just explain a little bit?
Autumn, go ahead. Have at it.
Okay, I'm gonna hope my internet stays put. Danny, just give me a thumbs up if you can't hear me.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, so when they give you like a negative, make sure you don't reflect that negative in your tone. Like she says, oh, I just lost my job. Well, no, that would be a bad one. I don't know. It's just, the tone can't.
Oh, we lost you. We lost you. I'll give her a thumbs down. We lost you.
Hey, Dan,
Yeah, go ahead, Lee.
I just want to ask Paul if he actually sent the package up, because in my mind, she said she's a 3 or 4 on her, motivated. So I would choose not to send it up.
Yeah. All right, Autumn, you're back. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep, got you back.
All I'm saying is don't sound disappointed if they don't give you the answer you want, even a nanu bit.
Yeah, good advice. I agree. You good?
Yeah, I like it. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's subtle, right? But I mean, with Sam's at that level where the subtleties matter to her because she's done a great job evolving. And what we're seeing now is this second beat, this intuitive part that's very conversational. I mean, there's a lot of nuances in there that can make a huge difference, right? But I'm going to just approach it tactically because those were 3 good examples of where I just don't. I'm Paul. I think you have to make a business decision for Sam that says, Sam, you got to dig in deeper to make these people anything. If they're going to stay on that list as a prospect, and Lee, you can attest to the way you felt about seeing a real prospect list and fighting for that. We have to now start to protect that database where those prospects are. These are real people who have real reasons still to move. They're getting a package because that's the warm-up to get the meeting. That's a real clear idea. And if on that first call, the plan's changed, she can take a little bit more time and say, is there anything that might change you back to wanting to sell this inside the next 6 months? No. How about the next 12? No. Okay, wonderful. I'll just send some information that if in the long run, in case, something happens, you're there. Would you like to stay on our market updates? I mean, Paul, I think you can make a business decision that do you want to build and it really costs you nothing, a free list of emails that are nothing more. We talked about this, right? With the website company. The idea is, will we end up buying subscriber users like Facebook, right? Just people that will generally use our information because it's free to us to be in touch with them. So the fact that you bought the name, you have some relationship, you can change it by some mail, that sends, something out to them, even a postcard, maybe you change it up. And then they go as user subscriber. Otherwise, you got to get them out of the database. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, good though. I mean, bravo. This is, it's nice to be able to get these calls and listen to this. All right, next, let's keep rolling here because I want to stay on top of this. I had in line Dr. Kleber, and then I'm going to go to Jess and Amanda in that order. Okay. So
Swear word alert.
yeah, swear word alert. Okay. Inside. Oh, the guy who swears in this.
Yeah.
All right, good, awesome. Well, Autumn knows what's that's like. So here we go.
Hello? Hi, is this Heather? Yeah, and if you're calling about the house, cold calling is really rude. You're the 20th person. Fuck off.
That's mild.
Well, there you go. I mean, and you know what you do? Just move on.
That was
It's been the
awesome.
story of our week this week.
Yep, it's okay. It's an easy one. Move on. Move on.
Not your avatar.
Or unless you're really bold, send the package anyway. Like let's say because she's exasperated, it doesn't mean she doesn't want help, right? So what you can do now she doesn't even know who you are. If you thought it was your avatar from a geographical standpoint, that package, let's in the area at the price. Autumn and I just talked about this today. Is that not that somebody did that, then we sent the package, but if we determined that there's a listing we would really, really like to have.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree with that, Danny. And everybody, let's just say I have Autumn calling Amanda calling 4 times a day. And, they get exasperated. I say, just don't call them for a week.
Yeah.
And see how they do.
Well, true, because what I'll guarantee you about a call like that. She's saying that now to everybody.
Yes, that's right.
Saying it to everybody. And so that means she's shunning all help at the moment through her exasperation.
Right.
A very welcomed gift when that package comes. And say,
Yeah.
don't call me. I just want to make sure you got my package. Right? That's all. So I'm not cold calling. I just want to make sure you get the package. Get it out really fast. And you might win. So, there's what I would say. Or if you're in this bountiful place, and certainly that's just a run of the mill thing, and you're like, move on.
It's just normal. Yeah.
Yep. So you pick them. So, all right, next. I thank you for sharing that, though. I want people to hear what it's like to get hung up on. And this is why you need to be a real telemarketer. You can't take that personally. It's got nothing to do with you. She doesn't know you. It's not a personal attack. It's just she's exasperated and you're one of these phones ringing. That's all. End of story. Right? Okay. Next, we have, what did I just say? The Jessica. Jessica, you there?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Hang on one second. I've got to just double check on my Zoom crowd. All you late arrivals, Chris Egan, you late arrival, you got locked in jail by Zoom. All right. So here we go. The Jessica Rossi. Let me go back to this. All right, Jess, anything you want to tell me about this before I go, or you want me to just have at it?
Just have at it. I know I kicked myself in at the end of the call because I like to give permission all the time.
Okay, yeah, well, but at least you become cognizant of it. You follow?
Right. Yeah. Self-analysis. Good.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Autumn. It's just, it's good to become aware. Can't fix until you become aware. That's why we do these things. Like,
Hi, is this John?
Pam.
Hi, Pam. This is Jessica from O'Connor Realty Group, Keller Williams. I'm calling because I saw your beautiful home on Pioneer Road in Clintonville, and I noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send out some information that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
Sure.
Okay. And then can you verify the best mailing address?
N2717 Pioneer Road, Clintonville.
Okay. Great. Thank you. And then why are you trying to sell the home?
Well, we had it on the market because somebody was interested in it, but then it didn't fall through, and then my husband got sick, so we just took it off the market.
Okay. All right. And how motivated are you to sell from a 1 to 10?
all right, I'm going to stop it right there because you're getting used to doing this correctly, right? We know that you haven't had the time blocks. Now, clearly you having the time blocks. Clearly you're getting somebody. So you're like a rookie on these, even though you've been around it for a while, right? So what you hear is a lot of staccato, and you swallowed the word beautiful. Looks like a beautiful house. Why are you trying to sell it? So you miss that, personal connection. It's subtle, but these little hinges swing big doors open for you. Not that you're not doing fine here, but I can feel the pregnant pauses, right?
Right.
So those will smooth themselves out because what you're doing, and I know how personable you are. So what I would say in this moment in time is her husband got sick. Did you hear her say that? You know what I mean?
I did. And I didn't want to get in that moment like I did the last phone call.
Got it. Good. Good. So we're finding this. So we're going from one extreme to the other. So that's fine and that's reasonable. But you don't have to go that far away from it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't have to be a nurse on one end, and you don't have to sound like you didn't hear her on the other end, right?
Okay. Right.
Just, I don't want to lose you. You know what I mean? You're the important thing to me. I don't want to lose you in there. So, good correction. Let's keep going.
About a 5.
About a 5? Okay. I can have Jerry come over.
No, like you're bailing on yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Like you here's what's wrong with this, is that you sound nervous to me too, right? So, and that'll go away because you're finally getting people and you're going back to. And I know why you're nervous, because you're trying to correct all these things. Don't do. You're almost better off to just kind of read. Just get yourself oriented. Like now you're white knuckle trying to be perfect, and it's taking away from the two-way. Like you were so good two-way that it was too much before. Now you're going
Okay.
knuckle trying to be perfect. You're not even. I don't even know if you're breathing, right?
Right. And I think the problem is,
What's that?
I think the problem is with me like doing Vulcan 7 and like trying to get like the whole like speed process. Like the system's faster than what I go through. So I'm trying to like, navigate the whole thing on how to like make the calls before it jumps to the next one. And then I got to get my bearings and.
Oh, I don't think aren't you just making a single dial?
No, it's continuously dialing.
Don't do that. Turn that off immediately. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be able to focus on the client at hand. So
Don't do that.
when you're nervous, you can't give a good call.
No, you here we are again. We still have tactical issues. Tell Jerry and Joe, I said, don't do that. You need to single dial these people out. Take your time, single dial them out. You'll still be able to get plenty of calls in that hour. Autumn, as a pro telemarketer, we had a dialer and we didn't love it. I mean, and she's a pro for a long time.
Okay.
Rather just, whatever, if she wanted to, I would have it, but because she wouldn't feel that way. But you're trying to hang on to the back of the bus while you're trying to learn. No good. No good. Don't do that. Listen.
Talk with you over it's a 7 plan, and then he can bring over some comps as to what's sold in the area.
Okay, I'd rather do that at a different time because right now I'm in the middle of a roof repair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll do it later.
Okay.
Yeah, you're rushing her. Let's go back and listen to this whole thing. Hold on. I want to listen to this whole thing.
One of the questions.
Hold on.
Pam.
Please.
Hi, Pam. This is Jessica from O'Connor Realty Group, Keller Williams. I'm calling because I saw your beautiful home on Pioneer Road in Clintonville, and I noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send out some information that will help you sell it next time. Can you do that?
Sure.
Okay. And then can you verify the best mailing address?
N2717 Pioneer.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure you finished that first beat, which you did. Okay. So you have this package that's about to be delivered, but you forget that at the end. And it's like you're like, and they're not gonna have Jerry come over and he can bring you this. It's already in the package. And there's no reason to send Jerry yet. You're pressing.
Okay.
Right? You're pressing. She's a 5. Why would you send Jerry?
Because I remember you want me to do a closing, so I'm trying to like
No.
closing in there.
No. I don't want you to do a close unless it's there.
Okay.
It's not a 5. I want you to close them out if they're 9, 10, because maybe Jerry can get them, but a 5? How come so low? Right?
Right.
So low. I heard you. Your husband got sick. So did that change your plans here? I mean, now it's just now you're digging in deeper to see what is this situation. It's the same with Sam's. It's no different, right? Is that Sam sort of you're all in this second phase where you're leaving the understanding in the clouds. I like that word nebulous. It means cloudy. You're cloudy as to what's going on here, and then you try to overclose it.
Well, it's because she's stressed.
Oh, totally. Oh, I know why, but I want her to understand what's happening because
You have the thing on?
because you're stressed, you are thinking formulaically, right?
Right.
Gil, what did you want to say earlier? You have to unmute me, Gil. You wanted to say something earlier.
What I wanted to say would be a better question is where are you going to move to? I mean, if she's a 5, that's fine. But we want to, it's so hard to get people on the phone. If you can go through those beats and find out where they were going to move to. I mean, why were they moving in the first place?
I didn't ask that.
Exactly. And we really have no true idea why not. Like, what your plans changed? How come? Where were you going? And what happened?
Right. Well, her husband's sick, but she's got to develop that relationship, and you do that by asking the right questions, and it controls the conversation, which helps you to get to the point where you want to be is the next phone call, because she's only a 5, but now you've got a lot more information about this contact.
Yeah, and I think what happens with the nerves is that, remember that the second beat is be genuinely curious about what their problem is. You follow me?
Yeah.
Genuinely curious about what the problem is, because then you can decide, all right, let me just get the package out to you. You take that. When you get that, I'm going to call you back next week to make sure you got it, because it's got some good information inside of it. And then we can decide the best way to help you from there. Now you call back in a week, she got it. Yep, this is great. I just don't know what to do. Well, look, at what I could do is I could have Jerry come over, and what Jerry would do is take a look at the house and take a look at the situation. And he would interpret that information I sent, what it means to him and you going forward, and give you his best insight and advice. Right?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Right.
Slow it down.
And she's already repairing the roof. So she told you a lot right there. So she's eager to get things finished.
Yep. She sure did.
Okay.
Can I say something here? Please let me say this again.
Yeah, go.
Please don't ask them for their Addy. If they're rushing at all, present, and this is not to Jessica, but just freaking read an Addy to them. So the only answer they have to give is yes or no.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, keep it concise. Once you go, what's the Addy? And once again, Jessica, not dissing you, but when you say, can you give me the right Addy? She's already rushing. She's busy. You have a great client there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Addie is short telemarketing.
Addie.
Yeah. Don't make them say more than yes or no, because they're busy and they're interrupting.
Totally agree. All right, let's keep moving here. Amanda in the hot seat. Hey, Jessica, that's a good job, though. But just get me more. Get me more.
I'll just preface, I didn't think these were anything major.
Yep.
Like the one that I wanted to send, it went disappearing, but I don't know that it would count either because it was a developer.
Okay.
He was really arrogant, and he first said how much real estate he sold.
Don't worry. Here we go. Here we go. Don't worry about all that. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, this is Constantine.
Do I have any volume?
This is Alex. I'm his son.
Okay. Well, this is Amanda with Betty Realty, and I was calling about San Pablo. We saw the beautiful home online, so we noticed it didn't sell. So if you mail a package that contains information with a plan that would help you sell it the next time, may I do that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, at this point, I think, the big question is just like, what would be the difference between one realtor or another? Because the way I see it,
That is the main question.
I guess everyone these days can see Redfin, I suppose, right?
The difference would be that we have a plan that was written by our broker, Gail.
Okay. You don't have to go written, but we have a plan. Because we have a full plan, A through Z. And immediately, I like that he's saying Redfin. Okay. Redfin is a completely different model, you tell him. It's predicated on a discount model. This is not. This is predicated on a plan. And that's what I want to send you. When I send this to you, you're going to see what the difference is. That's why we like to mail it. Boom. Grab him by the throat, throw him to the ground, pin him down, right, in your head, right? That's what you got to do. You follow me? Like, you do a pretty good job. You're a rookie at this. But I'm using this as one of those things like, this is good. If the plan word came out of you, bravo. Good for you. Okay? That means you were trainable and coachable very quickly. So this is good. So I like this call. Let's see how you handle the rest of it. But I wanted to grab it right there and say, because we have a plan. And I want you to know, because Gail's going to be up against all that Redfin nonsense. They are a discount brokerage. Period. Paragraph. Let's just go right after the competition, grab it by the throat and choke it to death. I'm sick and tired of hearing about, What happens when you have all these discounters? You go for their throat. They are a discounter. That means they don't have a plan. Their plan is to discount the commission and abandon a lot of the other things a full-fledged plan gives you. Want me to? I'll send you my plan. Ask them for theirs.
Right.
Boom, by the throat. Got it?
Yes.
That's for everybody in this call. Here we go.
And she's actively involved in customizing that plan and is an actual business plan that is customized for the property itself and for your situation. So it's an actual successful sale. So that's what I was going to mail. Would you prefer that she bring it herself?
Honestly, perhaps. So my folks are in New York right now. If you could email it to them, that'd be better and better for the environment too, I suppose.
Okay. Well, I was going to say she could come by, but if they're in New York, are you handling this for them?
Sort of. Email them. It's Dimitriou7@gmail.com is my mom.
Okay. So just last name with the 7 at Gmail.
Yes, last name with the 7 at Gmail.
Okay, and what is, she's Larissa?
Larissa.
Okay, I'll make sure that Gail gets that out to her, and then we'll just maybe follow up in about a week. So what happened with the home? Like, what?
All right, don't stumble like this.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Well, very unathletically ready for this call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it, can't you? You're stumbling. Don't stumble like that. This guy's like tight. He's sharp. You got to be boom, 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 boom. It's got to feel like that, and it doesn't. Got to be better than this. You got to be athletically ready for these calls. I know it's tough as a telemarketer. Like you dial, nobody answers. You dial, no, you and then they snap your carcass back to life. Right? I get it. But the idea is you got to be tight, and this is why you need these scripts printed up. Big type in front of you so that if you're trying to revive yourself, you can go somewhere because you're reaching in the dark here. You're not ready, right?
Well, it's over familiar, and you don't want to get over familiar. They didn't answer the phone to have some kind of weird involved conversation, or they didn't answer the phone to gain a new friend. And this is not dissing you, Amanda, because you do sound good, but it's just got to be sharp. It's got, look at the notes where I said, look, you got to be short, sharp, and nice. Boom.
Yeah, you can't sound like you're talking to a friend late at night and you're just kind of keeping each other busy. That's what this is bordering on, and I think that's exactly the advice she just gave you, right?
Right.
So, keep going.
Anyway, so beautiful.
Good. Oh yeah, we're just trying to downsize a little bit. My folks have been living there. I'm moving out of my condo, and they're going to be taking my condo. And just wanted to reduce the amount of properties that we have because I'm in a relationship and I moved out.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, I will let Gail know. She'll get that right on, and we'll just follow up next week.
Yeah, and feel free to chat with my folks also. You'll get their info when you guys communicate by email. Perfect.
Okay, wonderful.
Beautiful. Okay, good. So now we learn a lot here. This is interesting. Good job. Okay, good job. As much as we're dancing on the head of a pin, tightening you up, it's a good job. I like this call because you come to a conclusion. You know what to do. Like, it's his opinion. He's a tree hugger that doesn't believe you should send out the door, which I don't agree with. Okay. So send it because it's important to them and they didn't get it done and they're elderly and they're moving into his house. There's a lot going on here.
Well, he's probably an 11.
Yeah. He likes email. So you can give him an email copy of it. So you could grab this bull by the horns. Wonderful. Let me get their info from them. So, and again, why do you have his name? Did it come up on Vulcan where it's his info and then you got her name and Marissa? You know what this beast, and I say that in a positive, beautiful way, Autumn would do, should be all over the internet looking for them, right?
Yep. I know.
It's already scrubbed. John goes to Fast People Search, so we have whatever. We don't use Vulcan 7, we use Mojo, whatever they put in and then whatever we do. My question is I wanted to know the telephone number of the parents.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, she had to ask that. We don't have it in our database.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If she didn't, well, number one, she didn't ask. She could have,
Right.
but he does dismiss her and says, you contact them, they'll give you their contact info. He does say
Okay.
that at the end, if you listen to it. But the second thing is what I'm saying, okay, so he doesn't. What she should be doing is jumping online into, fast people search herself. John scrubs a list. That's his job. Her job is right in the heat of the moment. If she can't get it, look it up and go. I just talked to you.
No, we already do that before she gets it. We already put both people's names in so that she has a clear phone number. So she's not going to go back to fast people search. We already did that. There isn't anything more in there.
Gail, does she have Marissa's number or not?
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
But she's not going to get it from fast people search because we already did that.
You looked up Marissa?
Yes, of course.
All right, good. Okay. Well, I don't know, of course. I'm not looking at your sheet. I don't know whose names you had. Mojo. So, all right, let's move on. Next.
Okay. Great.
Dancing on the head of a pin. Next.
Yeah.
Which I like to do on Fridays.
Yeah, Danny,
Hey,
you
Danny.
too.
Yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
hey, Danny.
Yes.
So just in review, and we've encountered this obstacle before too. As far as the physical package, I can see the benefit of the physical package as far as something that is in their hand that's hard to get rid of. It's in their face. I get that, but you do of course have people that live their life by iPad that are minimalistic, and I expect that you encounter more of those in big cities. So in those cases, what do you advise to be the best format to where they can digitally flip through this book?
Chris, I'm not even going there until you have proof that happens that often. Autumn, how often does it happen to you that they do not want a physical package? Autumn, I have you.
In Boston with a condo, say, versus some retiree with a 7,000 square foot house in Cape Cod.
Autumn.
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you have it that somebody says, I don't want this, I want it emailed? How often does it happen?
Very rarely.
Okay.
Rarely.
Yeah. I don't want to really go down this hole because I'm telling you, it's beyond just, I get it, the physical. Well, do you really? Do you really know what it's like to be them, to have a physical package? Hang on. Bear with me. Go ahead, Autumn. Give me your opinion.
Yeah, I was blocked out on some of it, but if you're talking about emails, you're running a big risk there because, it'll go to spam, it'll go to junk, you really run a risk that they won't see it.
Yeah, and the bottom line is, I would say, I don't know if it's a put off, but she said we'll call you in a week or we'll check in a week. No, you won't. If I email it to you, please respond to me that you got it and you have a chance to look through it. I mean, you have to accelerate the whole thing. So I don't like it to the extent that I can't change that relationship with it. So it becomes a challenge. So
what I did was I mailed it anyway.
Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Chris, you don't even make these calls and you don't even have evidence that this happens. So I'm after your mindset as the manager of this person. Why are you saying this?
Just thinking through all possibilities. And I mean, really, realistically thinking of real life scenarios, the only people that we've had that have insisted on email, we haven't been able to convert anyway.
Right.
So,
exactly.
There you go.
Chris, hold on.
Right.
Chris, do not think about all possibilities. That's what Jessica was doing on her phone call. Do not do that. Instead, go for highest probability.
Yeah.
This is the problem. We're always looking for this sense of perfection, and it's more trying to be perfectly prepared. There is no such thing. So what it's better to do, I found, take the big 5 pound, 20 pound boulder and drop that in the jar first and play that probability. The probability is that in this stack, there are people who are definitely going to do it again. They definitely had some real problem that somebody wasn't solving, and they definitely need your advice. Go for those people first. And those are only a fraction of everybody that's in there. So don't manage your brain like that. Don't allow that. And that's why I'm crashing into this, because I'm saying this is why top producers, team leaders, owners, don't go hire a telemarketer. Well, we got to train them and we got to pick up the damn phone and say, I got something that can help you if you're still interested in selling your product. Period. It's like insanity. It's like insanity. What are we talking about? Right? We're going crazy with the rest of the world. I got something in this crazy world that can help you. With or without me, you need a plan. The guy with Redfin, let me tell you about Redfin. Give me a break, dude. Redfin? Are you kidding me? Like, I saw something on TV the other night that said, and we're not a discount brokerage. Oh, but we'll do it for 2%. Really? Do you know what margin is, you bonehead? I mean, come on. It's like people just don't understand business. It's expensive. It's a lot of work to do this right. It's a lot of expertise to do it right. We have to start owning the few people who get that, right? Ask Lee Stillwell. He put it up on the screen the other day. He couldn't believe the value in 35 conversations, right? I'll just leave it at that. Less is more. Slower is better. Deeper is richer, right? We just got to think this way. It's the right way to think. All this, well, what do you do when Jupiter doesn't align with Mars and the falling star doesn't fall on the night they said it was right? Like the guy that said F you. You know, the truth is, Lee Stillwell's gal gets a call like that, Tracy, hang up the phone and go to the next one, because you got almost $2.5 million worth of potential business in your database. So when he says F you, it's like, that was pretty funny. Click next. Like, just stop training your brains to be perfectly prepared. It won't happen. All right. There's my rant, my Friday rant. Mindset.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And look, dude, the most important thing is you just get somebody making calls for you. Then you see, where are your telemarketers' calls here today? That would really teach you what problems you really have. Right? Not theoretical, made up, small probabilities. And I'm not beating you up. I'm saying, be aware. That's how your brain is talking. Right? Cool?
Totally cool. Love it.
Yeah. And you, because you get it. You're freaking, dude, I always say this to you. Your IQ is actually your problem. Friggin' all you Mensa people, right? All you Mensa people, the high IQ people, you're so smart. You prepare for the smallest probability. And us dum-dums like me, I just throw my meathead into the arena and say, give me the easy fight to win first, right?
Well, it's a matter of wanting to win every fight as opposed to really making a strategic decision on what fights we should even engage in, and not fighting at all, and going down the middle, as you say, going down the median and above, greatest motivation, most likelihood to make a move, most agreeable, most coachable, as opposed to taking the one asshole out of a group of 100 and saying, I'm going to make this asshole see the light. And,
I hear you, and I'm empathetic. And to this an hour ago, I had a nice conversation with Autumn about how he appreciated some of the startup stuff, and we didn't know what we didn't know. And I complimented her on some stuff, and I compensated her for some work that didn't get, come to fruition. And it was simply because we all didn't know what we didn't know. And now that we do, we give her utmost permission to move off of stuff. And she understands that that's the right thing for her, that's in her best interest. So we walk the walk, right, Autumn? There we go. We walk the walk, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Right. So we practice very much what we preach. And when we learn something in the heat of the moment, Chris, we give it to you. Don't try to be perfectly prepared. You could hear poor Jessica trying to be white knuckled, and we lost her a little bit, but we can reel her back in because that was good. But we lost her, and we lost, her connecting. She just thinks that the correction, see, this is training and coaching. Well, coaching is when I listen to it. Training is when I tell you what to say, and you copy that. If it doesn't work, it's my problem. Coaching is when I hear what happened to you, like that. So the coaching moment for both of you is yours is a mindset thing. Just get a telemarketer in there making calls and bring the pragmatic piece to this call. For her, it's like, okay, good. You overcorrected. Now you're trying to become something you're not. You're closing too hard. The whole idea of this methodology, and this comes back to the mailer. If I mail it to you, Kennedy had a great line. It's not just they get it and you get, no. You are changing the relationship with that person when they physically get a gift from you. So you can't just dismiss it. I get it. No, you don't get it when you dismiss it quickly. See, when they get a physical package from you, it's a kinesthetic experience that you took the time to stuff this envelope with information that truly is what you said it was. There's honesty in a world that lies left and right. And they get it, and the relationship is instantly changed. And they look at you completely differently, not just Redfin, but everybody else now. Now they're like, oh, I didn't know this is what it is. This is a plan. This is 7 steps. How come nobody told me about this? So that is best delivered kinesthetically. Imagine like, well, I'm going to interview everybody on Zoom. Oh, really? Are you worried about COVID? No, not at all. I just thought that's what I should do. Well, the truth is, if I don't come physically see the house and have a kinesthetic experience with you, how could any of us give you the appropriate advice? You're right. You come over. Nobody else said that. So the ultimate is always to be physically, and I use the word kinesthetically. It's physical. It's 3D. It's live. That is the ultimate way to present, right? So if I can send my soldier this package out there, that is just the information, it's a kinesthetic arrival, not a digital one. And that is dramatically different in what it does to the chemistry in the brain so that they see you completely differently. And I'm not on a soapbox here going over the top. I am telling you, this is flat out how the world works, right? Think about it when you even buy something yourself, Chris, and you go to Amazon. And think about the feeling that you have when you go downstairs or outside and there it is, right? There it is. It is a kinesthetic gift to yourself that you paid for, sure. But the chemistry in your brain changes, but it doesn't when it's digital. Got me?
I do. You're talking to a guy who peruses bookstores and record stores when it's not COVID and he goes out of town. Same damn thing, right?
See, exactly. Now you got it. Now you got it for yourself. It's a very important mindset, discussion I'm having with Chris here. And you hear how he made his own connection. He knows exactly now what I'm saying. If you just downloaded, right? If all that's what you did was downloaded music, that old sense of vinyl, whatever you have to have that. And the book, there's only so many audiobooks I can, listen to myself. And then I got to sit on my porch with this physical book, right? You got it. Good work. You got it. You're working through it. All right. I think I handled everybody that I knew I had in queue. Amanda, you had a second one, yeah?
I think it's in the same email.
Yes, she has a second one.
Okay.
I don't know if it's very good.
Well, you don't. They're all good because this is coaching, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it has enough in it. I don't remember now.
Here we go.
Hello? Shiraz? Who? This is Shiraz. Shiraz, who? Who's calling? This is Amanda with Realty. I'm calling about Orange Avenue, and the reason I'm calling is because we saw your beautiful property online, so we noticed that it didn't sell. So I wanted to mail you a package of information with a plan that will help you sell it the next time. May I do that? Not at this time. I don't know. The price we are expecting, I don't think this market is going to get us that price. Okay. So are you going to live there or here?
Okay. So this is a little bit of a tricky one for you without the experience so far. Say, you were trying to get a specific price. Just acknowledge it, right? Autumn's good at this. She recognizes what's important to them. Oh, you were trying to get a specific price, right? And again, I'm hoping this thing is open in front of you so that you have the pictures of the property in front of you. If not, you and Gail need to set that up because otherwise you're totally disconnected from this. Oh, I see.
I have them.
I see you had it on for, $7 million. Is that what you were hoping to get? Right?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do? How close did you come? You can go right to it because you already got the package and she said no. So now figure out why not. right?
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. We're all getting to the second beat. So see, I don't know why you dismissed this before I even played it, because you did your job. The first part's good. And you provoked her into conversation. Let's listen to the rest.
How are you gonna? No, it has been rented out. You rented it already? Yes. Oh, okay. For how long? It's going to be for at least a year. Okay, and you have somewhere else to move to? Oh, that's not my primary residence. So if without tenants, you can find a good investor who's ready to buy the property I'm ready to consider.
Oh, good. Keep going.
Oh, okay. So if somebody was able to purchase it with the tenant in there, you mean, then you would be motivated to still sell? Yes.
Good.
Okay, and unprotect too much the property, you know? Yes, of course. And so from a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated would you say you are right now? So I'm motivated 9 or 10, but the price I want, if I don't get that, I won't sell it. Okay, what price are you looking for?
Good. Here it is.
I don't want to make a loss, so that's really what I'm looking for. So at least 1.23, 1.24.
Awesome.
Okay. So then.
Red alert, red alert, red alert. Let's see where you go. Red alert, close, right? That's what I'm screaming in my head. Get Gail out there.
What I should do is, our broker is Gail Rossetti, and she's the one that asked me to call. She would probably just want to do a Zoom appointment with you.
All right, this gets sloppy. This is where we need to tighten this up, okay? You're trying to do too much in both of your calls. You need to really get rid of it. And again, it's in this case, it's more of a training and coaching issue. It's not something that you knew to do. You got to get rid of all this fat. Your explanation of Gail is disconnected. You know what?
Right. It's just because Gail was on vacation. So I knew I couldn't get Gail to go over there, and I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, let me try to set up a Zoom, and then I have to try to reach Gail.
Yeah, you're trying too hard. You don't need. Yeah, you don't need. You don't need it. I don't care if Gail's on the moon. Close the deal the way you would close the deal.
Okay.
You're talking about an appointment date. You're not talking about the way to close the deal. Separate those two out.
Right.
Gail's out a week, Gail's out 5 days, Gail's out 2 weeks, whatever. That's just an appointment date. That's not going to affect what I'm telling you here is that close this lady. This lady's a 9 to a 10. This is where the red alert starts to go off. Hey, you know what I'd love to do is I'd love to get Gail. She's the broker owner here. And I was going to send you a copy of her plan, but I'd love to, have her take a look at the property. I mean, I know there's a tenant in there, but can she take a look at it? See if she can get you the 1.24? Boom, just close it. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. We're babbling here. We're babbling because you know why? You're way undertrained to be able to discuss that type of stuff, right? I don't know the real estate background, but I know it's not mine or Gail's. So just get us in. That's the whole point. Well, geez, given that it's a 9 to 10, I know Gail works with investors. I mean, I'd love to get her into the property and maybe deliver you the package so you could say hi to her yourself and she can tell you what she thinks about the price. May I set that up? Close. Boom. No fat. Right? Got it?
Yes.
Let's listen to the rest of it.
To get some particulars so that she can, make sure that she's able to facilitate this for you. And she does have a plan that she wrote, and she uses it, and it can be customized to your situation. So do you think you'll have any time next Tuesday to do a Zoom conference with her? Through the computer? The only thing is I am right now not interested in really signing up any agent or any listing contracts with anybody. Oh, she just would want to talk with you just so
Good.
Really this real scenario so she can facilitate. She's been in the area 20 years.
Good.
She has a lot of, people that she's worked with over the years. So I think she would just want to, 15 minutes or 20 minutes or something like that on the Zoom conference with you. Because you have a tenant there, so she wouldn't want you to meet there. Can we do this in maybe mid-October?
Good.
Mid-October?
Good.
Okay. I will let her know. And If she wanted to mail you the plan so that she could customize it with you through the Zoom, what is the best mailing address? Is it the Silkwood or the Orange? Okay, October 15th, I will tell her. So normally what you would want to do is mail you the package so you can look at it. So in the time period, and then when you're together, she'll be able to customize it. But at least you will have.
Stop saying she'll be able to customize it. You know what I mean? You made your point. And thank you so much for being so trainable that you would know that that is the value. Okay. But she can't customize it for this lady until she goes to see the property. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know Gail would love to give you a free copy of her plan. So let's get that. And then she can talk to you a little bit more about the value of the property and what you have there. Right? Period. Yeah,
I'll write that down.
Yeah, I think you're doing fine here, but you're under trained. I think with time, all this noise goes away, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just, that's all it is. Let's listen to the rest.
Oh, I don't think one thing is first let me start talking to her here around the phone. Okay? All right. October 15th, and then is it evening time better for you normally? Do you work during the day or are you off? If you open like a weekend, the first weekend after October 15th,
Perfect.
you can probably touch base in the evening.
Perfect.
Oh, sure. So Friday or Saturday, you think? Saturday or Sunday.
All right, good. I'm going to stop it there. Now, let me go backwards for a second. For some reason, when you started with me today, you had kind of a negative vibe about yourself and the quality of these two calls. I get coaching is intimidating, but stop that. Just like I said to Chris Egan, don't do that. These are excellent for somebody that's new to this, right? Excellent. And what happens, and it's like where Jessica was at. I think there's a lot of what she did was excellent. This is just refining tactic and technique that's happening here, right? But you have to stop saying negative things about yourself. Prior to being coached is where I really want to land with you today. Because these are really good for somebody that's so inexperienced at this. Sure, there's fat in this, but you get to the point and you get to the conclusion. And you actually have her a tacit appointment for October 15th and the following weekend. Because you stay with the program. It's just like you don't have to repeat the words over and over. She got it.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. And the value, you have to know what it's like. And you should, I mean, it's impossible, but you should, talk to Gail more about what does Gail really do when she goes into one of these places? What is it really like? Have her walk you through her own narrative, not what I would say generically we all as top producers do with the system, but more so, what is it like to be Gail when she goes in there? What does she really do for a woman like this? What would she do for a woman like this, right? Did you become attached to a shorter narrative?
Yeah,
Right?
Danny, because we've had appointments, I go through it with her, exactly what I did, how I did the 7-point strategic plan. I walked around the house. So we do have that great communication. So that's why I think she's so great at what she's doing right now with so little experience, is because we're communicating a lot.
Well, I know you. I just want to emphasize.
Yes, I got it. Okay. Yeah, totally agree. I couldn't do more of it. Yes.
Well, you know what I would almost do? I'd almost role play with her. Tell me about what I do. You know what I mean? In your own words now that you've listened to me, I've told you, tell me what I do. Tell me what you think my value is. Tell me what you think the value of the package is. I think in a conversational way between. And then I think when she eliminates that, well, I don't know if there's much in this one. And then I get an excellent call from her. That's a disconnect, right? The way somebody sees that self-image, that's just a flat out. That's a disconnect. She's good.
She's got to change it.
Her perception of herself is not good, right? Or not enough, or inadequate, or whatever. Pick 19, different adjectives.
Right.
Because this is really good and an incredible improvement over where we were before.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's become a nice asset to this team. Bravo, Amanda. That's
thanks, Amanda.
Okay, thank you. I told myself this week, something that you said, I think it's probably like 2-3 weeks ago now, about the script and the plan, etc., that you're constantly bringing them back. So I wrote my script, not that I look at it that way, but I wrote it down for myself in a linear, like it's a path. So I have to keep going back to being in the center of that path. So to try to eliminate all those ums and this and that.
Yeah, that's right.
So
And that's
whatever I have to do to try to train my brain.
Yeah, that's right. That's what training is. Training is, and I made this distinction this year for the first time in all the years I've been doing this. Training is the repetition of the words that we're saying that we wrote down. Okay, that's training over and over. Training is the understanding and the full reading. We need to read Campfire. We train. We go right to each bullet point and we talk about it. We train. We train. We train. Then we do. And television is a wonderful, unique opportunity because we can record and then we can coach. Okay. Here's what happened. So what you see is, and like Jessica saw today, was that you're straying from the training at times. And the training is, why didn't you say the word beautiful? Why didn't you finish this beat? Why didn't you go into this? And then the art form that comes from the coaching is the intuitive infusion of you. So we don't lose you. So we start with core training. So in the beginning, you say to somebody, look, I know it's going to probably sound weird and maybe even a little bit weird to the people, but read the script in the beginning to somebody so you're not off. And then what happens over time is you become more comfortable and you start to understand where it is. And so now you infuse a little bit more of yourself, especially in the second beat. After we get our benevolent Trojan horse package out the door, we're good, right? Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Enough of me. I've got to go. I've got to call it here. Bravo to everybody who participated and sent me stuff today. That was really good. Really good. Be positive and go for the highest probabilities, not perfection. Good theme here today. And I will see you on the other side of the weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Danny.
You
Thank
too.
you.